Namaste. Welcome to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnit. Dear viewers, let us start the program with the main affairs of the day. Nepal has imported more than 16 billion rupees worth of maize in the last 1 year. Bagmati Chief Minister Asta Lakshmi Shakya has appointed 6 ministers and 4 ministers of state. The District Administration Office Jumla has confiscated and destroyed about 1 quintal of spoiled meat from various meat shops. Plus more. Let us continue the program with the maize import in Nepal. Maize is mostly used to feed the domesticated animals. The Nepali feed industry uses this maize to produce high-grade feed for the animals. Nepal is unable to meet the demand for the production of maize for the animal feed. This is why it has been importing maize from different countries. Even though the USA is the top producer of corn in the world, Nepal imports its corn from South American countries. Nepali government is trying to improve production according to the news we're receiving. Yet, with floods damaging the produce and the land every year, the future seems uncertain. Nepal has imported more than 16 billion rupees worth of maize in the last 1 year. Maize worth 16.24 billion has been imported from various countries, including India, for seed and grain purposes. Let us look at this news report for a little while. Nepal has imported more than 16 billion rupees worth of maize in the last 1 year. Maize worth 16.24 billion rupees has been imported from various countries, including India, for seed and grain purposes. In the same period, seed maize worth 851.618 million rupees has been imported, while maize worth 15.1688 million rupees has been imported. Maize worth 14.35 billion rupees and seeds worth 752.26 million rupees have been imported from India alone. Similarly, maize has been imported from Argentina, Brazil, China, Colombia, South Africa, Thailand, and other countries. Compared to the previous fiscal year 2076-77, maize import has increased by 16% in the last fiscal year. In the fiscal year 2076-77, maize worth 13.60 billion was imported from abroad. After the news report, let us now talk about import of garlic and onions. Garlic and onions are believed to be originated from Central Asia. China produces the most garlic and onions in the world. China consumes the most garlic in the world. Libya consumes the most onion per capita, over 66 pounds per capita. In Nepal, the onions are very popular vegetables used to add taste to the curry and meat. Garlic is used as spice in curry, chutney, and meat. In Nepal, both of these veggie spices come from India and China. Nepali government has been saying that it is working to improve agriculture production. However, the scenario in the import arena remains the same. Even though Nepal is called an agricultural country, the main food crops agricultural produce, vegetables and fruits, are being imported from abroad. Let us look at this news report for a little while. Even though Nepal is called an agricultural country, the main food crops, agriculture produced, vegetables and fruits are being imported from abroad, out of which garlic and onion, used as spices in vegetables alone, have been imported from abroad, worth over 3.5 billion rupees. According to the statistics of the Customs Department for the last fiscal year 2077-78, a total of 3.52 billion rupees worth of garlic and onion have been imported from India, China, and other countries, out of which onion was imported at 2.46 billion rupees and garlic at 1.59 billion rupees. Garlic imports from China and India were relatively high, while onions were imported from India the most, according to the department. Although the government has introduced a plan to become self-sufficient in agricultural commodities and import substitution every year, it has not been implemented in practice. After the news report, it is time to talk about vegetable market, which has been in loss due to the floods. The vegetable market in the Kathmandu Valley has been affected due to the rain. The vegetable brought from Tarai and hills have been completely damaged. The Nepali market is also a business place for the Indian vegetables. The traders are at heavy loss due to the inundation of the market. The Nepali government should be careful about where the marketplaces are built. The Balku vegetable market is by the river on the bank of Bagmati. This is a serious carelessness, as we all know that rainy seasons are very risky in the banks of the rivers. Major vegetable markets in the Kathmandu Valley had been submerged due to the incessant rain. This caused loss of millions. Let us look at this news report for a little while. Due to the incessant rains on the night of September 5th, some places in Kathmandu district and surrounding districts had been inundated. The main vegetable market of Kathmandu district, Balku Agriculture and Vegetable Market, had also been inundated due to the rains. Millions of rupees have been lost due to the flooding of vegetable market. The flood in Bagmati River due to the incessant rains had flooded the vegetable market. The traders said that some of the vegetables brought for trade had been washed away by the floods and some of them had fallen into the mud.
अब एकजना भनेर हुँदैन हजुर, अब 5-6 जना 10 जना कति-कतिको क्षतिपूर्ति भएछ। अब पछि अब के कुरा हुन्छ हैन, त्यहाँदेखि अब उनीहरुको अब कुरा अब मिलाएर अब कसो के अब उनीहरुको माग हुन्छ हैन, त्यही अनुसारले चल्नु पर्छ हजुर। अब हुन्छ हजुर।
After the rain subsided, traders were busy removing water and mud from their shops, which had been inundated by the floods. Durga Kargi, who has been trading vegetables for 8 years, told Krishi Television that this is the first time that the vegetable market has been severely damaged by the floods. After the sudden flood at around 3:30 in the morning, traders said that some goods were stolen as they tried to save their lives rather than vegetables. The floods had inundated not only the Balku vegetable market in Kathmandu but also the Dhumbarai vegetable and fruit center in Dhumbarai and the vegetable market in Bhaktapur and agricultural farms. When the water of Dhovi Khola entered the vegetable market, the vegetables were floating on the water while the traders were collecting vegetables for sale. The vegetable market in Chao Hill had also been inundated.
हैन कसैमा बढी क्षति पुगेछ, कसैमा जोगाउनेले माथि अलि अल्कोमा राख्ने जोगाए, होचोमा पर्नेहरु सामानहरु जोगाउन सकेन। अब पन्छौनी पनि ठाउँ भएन हामीलाई, अनि जस्तो हुन्छ त्यसै राखेर गइयो। डुब्न त धेरै डुबिया छ।
आज तपाईहरुले यो समस्या भोग्नु भयो, अब यहाँ व्यवस्थापन गर्ने समिति पनि होला, उहाँहरुले चाहिँ अब के कुरामा ध्यान दियो भने चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्थ्यो।
अनि त्यो त अब अहिलेसम्म परेको थिएन, त्यो त अहिलेसम्म हामीलाई थाहा छैन यहाँ यस्तो हुने भने। हाम्रो यो होचो भएर होला, त्यो अलि अल्को भएर होला नि त। अब त्यो हामीले यतिसम्म त हामीलाई गरिदिनु भकै छ, कालीमेडीबाट हामीलाई निकाल्दिए, त्यहाँ निकाल्छ हामी कहाँ जाने भन्दाखेरि यहाँसम्म आएर बस्यौँ, यति गराइदिएर हामीलाई राखे, यति राख्नु ठुलो कुरो हुने हैन र। अब अहिले
तपाईहरुले यहाँ तरकारी राख्नु भएदेखि पहिलोचोटि चाहिँ यस्तो भएको।
पहिलोचोटि अहिले त पहिलोचोटि परेको यस्तो।
More than 3 feet of water was locked in the market. The vegetable grocery store in the market were damaged and the warehouse of potatoes, onions and garlic inside the market was completely submerged. It is said that more than 10 million rupees has been lost in Balku vegetable market alone and millions of rupees in Dhumarai and Chao Hill. After the news report, let us now talk about a nursery even during the pandemic. Most of the industrial work in Nepal is at loss. However, the agribusinesses are doing well. A nursery in Lalitpur is doing a very good business. The owner is saying that he has not received any help from the government. He has not even heard of the government grants. The Nepali government should look into the problems of these farmers and businessmen. The country cannot run without the industrious work of these people. Each farmer is a precious gift for the nation, as the food security is the main objective of the nation. Khatko Bahadur Basnet is an example of how one can earn a decent income in one's own country by working hard. Let us look at this news report for a little while. Kharga Bahadur Basnet is an example of how one can earn a decent income in one's own country by working hard. He has been involved in the flower business for the past 22 years. Kharga Bahadur Basnet, who has a permanent home in Ramechhap, has been engaged in flower business for 22 years by registering Basnet Nursery in Nakhu Milan Basti of Lalitpur Metropolitan City, Ward number 8. The business, which started with an investment of 7,000 rupees, is now flourishing. At present, the investment in Basnet's nursery has reached around 10 million rupees. Basnet earns more than 2.5 million annually from the florist. He has become self-employed through flower business and has given employment to 5 other people. His nursery has seasonal and non-seasonal flowers like Godavari, geranium, bougainvillea and other flowers, as well as various types of indoor and outdoor green lilies and vegetable plants like snake plant, jet plant, cactus and money plant.
अलिकति सरकारसम्म नि कुरो जाओस् हैन मेरो विचारमा चाहिँ अहिले जग्गा बाल महँगो छ अब भने बेला पानी पाइदैन खेरा गएको सरकारले चाहिँ के भने खेरा गएको जग्गाहरूलाई त्यसको सदुपयोग गरेर हैन फोहोरमा राख्नु भन्दाखेरि बरु त्यसको केही अब 16 दरमा दिएदेखि राम्रो हुन्थ्यो हाम्रो कृषि यो जुन यो खेती उपाय गर्ने जतिलाई चाहिँ भन्ने चाहिँ त्यही चाहन्छु म.
Kharga Bahadur's nursery has flower plants costing 20 rupees to 20,000 rupees. Basnet also gives complete information about the plants to the customers who come to buy flower plants. He did not have to bear any loss from his business even during the corona pandemic.
लगानी गर्न नसके पनि तपाईको यो काम सिकेर घर घरमा माली कामहरु गार्डनहरु काम गर्यो भने तपाईको विदेश जाने भन्दा बेसी पैसा हुन्छ तपाईको. जस्तै सिकेर परफेक्ट गरेर अलिअलि सिकेर 1-2 महिना सिकेर त्यस्तो भएन. कम्तिमा नि तपाईको 2-3 महिना 3-4 महिना सिक्यो भने तपाईको विदेश जाने पैसा यही कमाइन्छ. महिनामा केही नभने 50-60 हजार मजाले एक जनाले कमाइन्छ भने विदेशमा कि त्यही अनुसारले पढेर लेखेर ठुलठुलो देशमा जानु पर्यो. होइन नि अब 20-25 हजार रुपैयाँ विदेशमा गएर कमाएर सस्नी छोरी बालबच्चा हेरेर उता जानु भन्दाखेरि आफ्नै देशमा गरे भने केही हुन्छ हैन. म चाहिँ त्यही भन्न चाहन्छु.
Even after 22 years in the flower business, he still does not know what kind of grant the government will give him. Basnet complains that the government has not been able to identify the real businessman. It is a well-known fact that many young people in the Gulf countries who could not earn good money even after sweating in the temperature of 40 to 45 degrees are stranded in the foreign lands. If you work hard as you work abroad, you can do it at home. And if the government wants to help young people, then you can grow gold on your own soil. After the news report, it is time to take a small commercial break. Stay with Krishi Television. After the commercial break, welcome back to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal. Dear viewers, let us now talk about Agriculture Ministry in Bagmati. Kathmandu falls in Bagmati state. This is why this state is very important for the Nepali economy. Many people migrate to the Bagmati state for better life. So the production is very important in this state. The people who work in the government offices should be well informed and of high qualification. Nepali politics has been always swayed easily. There has always been one problem after another in the power. This has made the country lag behind in the development. With a new minister in agriculture, people expect excellence in administration. Bagmati Chief Minister Asta Lakshmi Shakya has appointed 6 ministers and 4 ministers of state. Let us look at this news report for a little while. Bagmati Chief Minister Asta Lakshmi Shakya has appointed 6 ministers and 4 ministers of state. Chandra Lama has been given the responsibility of the Ministry of Land Management, Agriculture and Cooperatives. Similarly, Ajay Kranti Shakya has been appointed Minister for Internal Affairs and Law. Rachana Kharga, Minister for Economic Affairs and Planning. Vijay Subedi, Minister for Social Development. Pradeep Kumar Katwal, Minister for Health, and Shanti Prasad Paudel, Minister for Industry, Tourism, Forest and Environment. Similarly, Juneli Maya Shrestha has been appointed Minister of State for Health. Jivan Kharga, Minister of State for Physical Infrastructure and Development. Saraswati Wati, Minister of State for Industry, Tourism, Forest and Environment. And Badri Mainali, Minister of State for Land Management, Agriculture and Cooperatives. 6 newly appointed ministers and 4 ministers of state have been sworn in. With the appointment on Wednesday, the Bagmati Council of Ministers has 12 members. After the news report, it is time to talk about contaminated and rotten meat arrest. My sister got sick from contaminated food from the restaurant. She was hospitalized for some days, and then mother of one of my friends at Krishi Television got sick. We're living at close quarters with the other diseases apart from corona. On top of that, people are selling rotten meat. The shops in Jumla have been arrested by the monitoring team. They were found selling expired meat. The government should require certain standards of education and awareness for shopkeeping license. Otherwise, people without proper education can cause a lot of trouble in the country. The District Administration Office Jumla has confiscated and destroyed about 1 quintal of spoiled meat from various meat shops. Let us look at this news report for a little while. The District Administration Office Jumla has confiscated and destroyed about 1 quintal of spoiled meat from various meat shops. It was found during the monitoring that the traders were selling and distributing rotten, unhealthy meat. The monitoring team monitored the fresh houses, meat shops, and daily food items operated at Vartiwada, Karkiwada, Kalekholi, and Bimalstal lines. In this process, fish and meat were confiscated from shops of 4 businessmen while they were selling openly and unorganized. After the news report, let us now talk about kiwi. The latest record has indicated that China produces the most kiwis. China consumes the most kiwi with 51% of the world production. Nepal has become quite competitive on the production of the kiwi fruit. Our soil is very good all over for the production of the kiwi. This fruit is slowly coming in the table in Nepal. Nepali people are fan of sweet and sour taste. This fruit is very much in line with Nepali taste. This tangy fruit is a winner in Nepal. Lately, farmers of Doti have been attracted towards kiwi farming. Farmers have been attracted to kiwi farming after they started earning a decent income from kiwi farming. Let us look at this news report for a little while. Lately, farmers of Doti have been attracted towards kiwi farming. Farmers have been attracted to kiwi farming after they started earning a decent income from kiwi farming. Farmers have planted kiwi in the maize fields. Kiwi is being cultivated in Jorail Village Municipality 5, Gadsara, Dipayal, Silgari, and Shikhar Municipality of the district. Kiwi, which was planted for testing 8 years ago, is now beginning to bear good fruit. Farmers say that the produced kiwi is in demand in the local market as well as in the neighboring district of Danaldura and Kailali. Kiwi is easily sold at 250 to 300 rupees per kilogram in the local market. Demand for this specialty has grown significantly as a result of regular consumption of kiwi, especially for pregnant women, patients with high blood pressure, heart disease, and colds. Kiwi cultivation can be done at an altitude of 1,200 to 2,000 feet, according to the Agriculture Knowledge Center. After the news report, let us now talk about new price of cardamom. Farmers have been frustrated due to the declined price of the cardamom. However, this year the farmers are happy that the price of their produce has gone up. Last year, the complaint was that the Nepali method of processing the cardamom was not advanced. This was supposed to have lowered the quality of the cardamom. There was demand for advanced processing. The government has to think on this matter as the quality of the cardamom should be upgraded for the appeal in the international market. Cardamom has been bought and sold at new prices in Taplejung since last week. Let us look at this news report for a little while. Cardamom has been bought and sold at new prices in Taplejung since last week. With the introduction of new cardamom products in the market, the transaction price has also gone up. Farmers have said that the price of cardamom has been declining for the last few years and it has got better than expected earlier this year. The price of cardamom is being traded at 32,000 to 35,000 rupees per quintal. The price of cardamom, a major cash crop of the district, has increased by 12,000 to 14,000 rupees this year as compared to last year. When the new cardamom was traded in the market last year, the price was only 20,000 to 22,000 rupees per quintal. After the news report, let us now talk about MCC in Nepal. The Nepali politics right now is flooded with talks on MCC. MCC is the American Millennium Challenge Corporation project. It is said that it is a developing assistance to the developing countries. However, the Nepali politicians are not liking the project, saying that it is not good for the country. Whatever comes to the country should bring sustainable peace, prosperity, and justice to the hardworking Nepali people. Many of the Nepali people are uneducated. The projects which come to Nepal should provide equal opportunities to the people. Since the American people are good and kind-hearted people, we do expect justified project. But the experts should decide whether it is good for the country or not. A team comprising MCC Vice President Fatima Sumar and Assistant Vice President Jonathan Brooks paid a courtesy call on CPN UML leaders and CPN Maoist Center leaders. Let us look at this news report for a little while. A team comprising MCC Vice President Fatima Sumar and Assistant Vice President Jonathan Brooks paid a courtesy call on CPN UML President KP Sharma Oli. MCC representatives had reached Balko to meet Oli. During the meeting, MCC Vice President Sumar sought to understand the UML's views on MCC. As MCC is a matter of grant, there should be no dispute over it, said Sumar. After the meeting, MCC Vice President Sumar gave a brief response and said that she was happy to come to Nepal.
About your visit in
I'm very happy to be back here in Nepal.
Yes.
Similarly, UML Foreign Department Chief Rajan Vatrai said that the MCC representative had taken information about the UML's position. He thanked Oli for the meeting and said that the government led by him was in opposition to the MCC agreement. He said that some people, including the speaker, did not allow the MCC to move forward when they were in the government, adding that the government has not consulted with the UML on the issue.
MCC को उपाध्यक्षले उपाध्यक्ष सहितको टोलीले हाम्रो पार्टीका आदरणीय अध्यक्ष केपी शर्मा ओलीज्यूसँग भर्खरै शिष्टाचार भेट गरेको छ र शिष्टाचार भेटको क्रममा खास गरी मूलभूत रूपमा अहिले हाम्रो जुन MCC प्रोजेक्ट यहाँ अगाडि लाने या नलाने भन्ने विषयमा जुन विवाद दुविधा रहिरहेको छ त्यस विषयमा उहाँहरूले आफ्ना कुराहरू सुनाउनु भयो.
The MCC delegation which arrived in Nepal on Thursday was scheduled to meet with UCPN Maoist Central Committee Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal and CPN Unified Socialist Chairman Madhav Kumar Nepal on Friday. Similarly, a meeting with Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuba was held on Friday. The top leaders of MCC arrived in Kathmandu on Thursday for a 4-day visit to Nepal. This is all in Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Before I go, let us review the main affairs of the day. Nepal has imported more than 16 billion rupees worth of maize in the last 1 year. Bagmati Chief Minister Asta Lakshmi Shakya has appointed 6 ministers and 4 ministers of state. The District Administration Office Jumla has confiscated and destroyed about 1 quintal of spoiled meat from various meat shops. Thank you for watching Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. I'll be back with more affairs next time. Till then, Jai Krishi, Jai Kishan. Samriddha Krishi, Nepal Kushan.